The Quadrilateral Security Dialogue, commonly known as Quad, has emerged as a prominent regional coalition that significantly influences the United States' Indo-Pacific strategy. According to Lin Jian, spokesperson for the Chinese Foreign Ministry, the Quad serves as a strategic instrument for the U.S. to contain China's rise and maintain its hegemony in the region. During a press briefing on Monday, Lin urged the U.S. to abandon its fixation on preserving its dominance and stifling China's growth. He called for an end to the practice of enlisting regional nations as pawns in its geopolitical games and criticized the U.S. for attempting to obscure the strategic motivations behind various exclusive alliances. Lin articulated that the Indo-Pacific strategy is fundamentally designed to create coalitions that aim to isolate and restrain China, often leveraging the so-called China threat narrative to justify this approach. He pointed out that the Quad seeks to foster military and security collaboration under the guise of addressing maritime concerns, driving home the notion that the underlying intentions and methods remain unchanged. Despite U.S. assertions that its initiatives are not aimed specifically at China, Lin highlighted that discussions at the recent summit were heavily centered on China, thereby contradicting those claims. He remarked that this disingenuous narrative has not only failed to convince external observers, but has also drawn skepticism from American media. During the briefing, Lin stressed that international cooperation should not be directed against any third party or jeopardize their interests. He emphasized that any regional initiative must align with the prevailing sentiments of the region, aiming to enhance peace, stability, and prosperity among all nations involved. He further cautioned that the formation of exclusive alliances diminishes mutual trust and collaboration among regional players, straying from the overarching objective of fostering peace, development, and prosperity in the Asia-Pacific region. Such approaches, he argued, are destined to fail. Lin reiterated his appeal for the U.S. to relinquish its obsession with maintaining its supremacy and containing China, to cease using regional allies as instruments for its strategic goals, and to stop masking its intentions behind various exclusive groupings. He called on the U.S. to genuinely adhere to its claims that the revitalization of its alliances is not aimed at China, rather than pursuing self-serving objectives that compromise the strategic security interests and welfare of other nations in the Asia-Pacific. Regarding the Quad's recent initiatives on joint Coast Guard operations, Lin expressed that while China is open to normal maritime cooperation among relevant countries, such engagements should not be directed against other nations or undermine the peace and stability of the region under any circumstances.